let's all be kind to each other and not call each other names. It's not nice.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Here we are, Matt Connarton Unleashed on this Thursday, January 30th, the year of our Lord and the year of our Unix, 2020. Oh, yes. And when you hear that music, that can only mean one thing. There he is, Easy G. And he has a brown paper bag.
I got a surprise. I'm going to give it to you right now.
Oh, boy. He's got a surprise.
For you and Jenny.
Oh, wow. Is it cookies? Okay, he's not gonna tell me. He's gonna hand it to me. So Easy G is with us. Matt Nisanoff from Politipod will be calling in just a few minutes, and G Girl is also going to be stopping in. All right, so Easy G has handed me a bag. Let's see what's in this bag. From the Bookery. Oh, it's a couple of cookies. All right, I'll have to eat them both. I'm kidding, of course. No, I will.
Jenny.
I will save one for Jenny. Yes.
Better half.
Thank you, Easy G. And
You're welcome.
They're big cookies too. Well, thank you, my
they're
friend.
fresh. I didn't keep them for 3 days like the donut over there.
Right. Yes. Well, that donut, Gonzo's donut.
I didn't
there,
put it in a big plastic bag this time.
Right. Yes.
That's a bag from the Bookery.
A bag from the Bookery.
Half an hour ago.
Half an hour ago.
Oh, about 45 minutes ago.
Over 45. Well, we needn't quibble over that.
It was happy hour special. So.
I'm just glad that they're so fresh. Yes. So lots going on today. Thank you, Easy G.
You're
Easy G is here. Let's see. We have folks in the Facebook live chat. Let's see. Matt Nisanoff is in the Facebook live chat. He'll be calling shortly. Bill Murphy also joins us. DJ Midas, John Midas Manning, host of Late Night Delight, which you can hear every Saturday night beginning at 12 midnight all the way to 4 a.m. Here on WMNH. And, of course, there's a replay of it Sunday night as well. Let's see. Midas says, good afternoon. Brian Mackey, all the way from Idaho, says, hi, Jenny Coffee. Hi, Matt Connarton. Hi, Eric Gagnon. The Honorable Heidi Hamer joins us and says, afternoon, Matt and Eric. Stefan Philbrook is in the Facebook live chat. Michael Albert says, that was an extremely well enunciated air check by Easy G. Midas says, is G Girl associated with Easy G? I didn't think of that. You both have G's in your name. Are you related?
I got breaking news. No Texas Mike today.
No Texas Mike.
But
wow.
how can that be though? If I get Facebook chat with no Facebook Live, on no Facebook internet right now.
It's a mystery, Easy G.
Is that wizard inside the phone again?
It's because you have one of those Obama phones.
And my friend Christina.
Thanks, Obama.
Our first church says not sure about being at church on Sunday.
Your friend Christina might not be at church on Sunday?
Yeah. Well, you know why?
Well, what?
I'll go into a small detail why.
What if she does?
They don't have.
What if she does some sinning during the week?
They don't have daycare downstairs every Sunday anymore because they don't have enough help.
Oh,
At
right.
First Church, they have. Unfortunately, it's a great church to go to on Union Street.
Uh-huh.
Majority of the folks that go there are a little bit old.
Oh, right.
So they don't have kids.
No, I understand. Like they're old people.
So
they're
they don't have volunteers.
trying to get into heaven. You know.
Right. In years past, we had plenty of volunteers to watch the children, but unfortunately, they're not there anymore.
I mean, I'm not a religious person myself, but I imagine when I'm old, I'll probably go to church anyway just to hedge my bets.
There's only 1 week out of the month that they have someone to watch the children downstairs.
Oh, okay. Only one week out of the month.
But they have children downstairs, the volunteers to Sunday school, but they don't have somebody to watch them, the little ones.
Can't they shame
under 3? Can't
they shame some people into participating? I mean, religion is good for that, right? You can shame people into doing stuff or not doing stuff.
It's a shame though, because we're trying to get more families to come, and if we don't have enough help downstairs in that little area for the little kids under 3, it kind of doesn't look the best.
Right, yes. And we have a call.
But other than that, it's a great church.
Oh, hi. Welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
This is Matt Nisanoff.
Hey, from Politipod. How are you, sir? Welcome.
Oh, hello.
Thank you.
Happy primary season.
Everyone.
What? I'm sorry, what was that, Matt?
I said hello to everyone.
Yes. Let's see. Bill Muckler joins us in the Facebook live chat, by the way. Hi, Bill. As well as Wayne Noel from Michigan. And, so we got a lot of folks listening online and, of course, locally here in Manchester on WMNH 95.3. And Matt, I just realized earlier, we're just a few days away from the Iowa caucus.
That is correct. It's a big day on Monday the 3rd there out in Iowa.
Yes. I think it's going to be Bernie. What do you think?
I would be a little surprised. I wonder
Really?
if it sounds like there's a lot going on in the Biden camp.
Yeah.
With what they've been doing to reach out to Klobuchar's camp and all. And of course, sort of there's another wild card in Mayor Pete. There was a lot of talk about him a few weeks ago about how he was going to take Iowa.
I'm wearing my Mayor Pete button. I'll be voting for him on February 11th.
Yeah, Easy G is a big Mayor Pete fan. What do you like about Mayor Pete there, Easy G?
Young fellow, fresh ideas.
Yes.
The guy we got in the White House is just a little bit too old.
Right. Yeah, Stefan in the Facebook live chat thinks it's going to be Bernie in Iowa. But your money's on Biden or Mayor Pete?
I'm going Mayor Pete. That's my prediction. And to win New Hampshire.
I
the
think
daily double.
I think those are the top choices. Personally, I'd like to see Elizabeth Warren, but we'll see how it actually plays out because the whole thing, as you know, the caucus structure, all sorts of things can happen, and they can happen last minute. Just a matter of who's in the room and who speaks out.
Yeah. Do you understand the Iowa caucus? Because
I don't think anybody does.
It's confusing. Here in New Hampshire, of course, where we have the first in the nation primary, it's pretty simple. You vote and they count the votes. But the Iowa caucus, it sounds like a bunch of people get in a room. They maybe play a game of Twister, and then they have to stand in a certain place. I don't know what goes on in these caucuses, Matt. I don't know if do you understand the whole process?
I don't. I'll tell you what I think I know.
Yes.
I've never participated in it, so I can't say that I've had the experience. But my understanding is, it's basically that. You go into a big room, wherever there's enough space, they have them, and you stand in different areas of the room to identify which candidate you support, and then you're given. There's a time allotment where then you can try to attract people from the other groups by having a debate and discussing particular things that you want to that you like about your candidate. And for a certain time period, you're allowed to walk around to wherever you want to be. So you can draw people from across the room. You can make you can gain votes for your candidate by simple persuasion.
Sounds to me like a lot of peer pressure is involved. Plus, the whole having to stand in a certain place in the room, that freaks me out. I mean, have you seen Blair Witch Project?
What if you can't stand, like me? There's a lot of feet problems.
Oh, that's true. Easy G has trouble standing up. Easy G, the caucus would not be for you.
No.
You need a primary. You can get in there and vote and get out.
I got a question for you, Matt. My friend thinks that Mayor Pete eventually will be a great vice president candidate.
Ah, yes.
What do you think of that?
There's a lot to go, and anybody would make a good VP, I think, of the group that's running. There's a couple of folks who've even dropped out who would be good VPs as well. So I think the thing about a VP is you got to remember that's got to be the attack dog during the election.
Right.
So they have to have enough of a sort of a positive profile going in that it can withstand the fact that they're going to be sort of a lightning rod and take some negative hits, if you will.
Of course, my friend's been wrong before.
During the campaigning.
Speaking of VPs, I mean, that's when I look at Mayor Pete, I think, okay, this guy's running for vice president. He knows he's not going to be the nominee. He's running for vice president.
Right.
And I think, and he's very young. What is he, 37? So
36, I think.
36, yeah. So he, Gabriel Goodliff called in yesterday from Mexico City, and we were talking about this. And I think if the nominee is someone like Bernie or Biden, someone in their mid to late 70s, they've got to pick somebody young. Like Gabriel was saying, maybe Bernie would pick Elizabeth Warren to be his VP. And I said, no, because then you've got grandma and grandpa.
Nobody will for that ticket.
Yeah, you need, the VP is going to have to be somebody young if the nominee is going to be somebody who's so damn old. You know what I mean? Granted, and when I say young, I don't mean young like Mayor Pete necessarily, maybe just young like Amy Klobuchar, who's probably in her, 50s, I'm guessing. What do you think, Matt?
That's a tricky one because everyone talks about balance and the balance between a president and a vice president.
Yeah.
And I actually did a chart a few years ago. I don't even know where it is anymore. But I tried to list out all the vice presidents and where they came from, and then the results of the election to see if there was any pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I picked the vice president from that state, so it will help me get votes in that state, sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And there was no, there's no pattern to it. There's no guarantee. But yes, you're absolutely right in that it is the thing that people think is important. So yeah, you want to balance it out with age and possibly gender, this
Yeah. Yeah.
region, and that kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think after Iowa and New Hampshire, a lot of them are going to be dropping out.
Oh yeah.
They're going to run out of money.
Some of them,
especially if the big candidates don't win.
Some of them drop out right after Iowa. They don't even make it to New Hampshire. I remember, in fact, in 2008, Joe Biden, right after Iowa, he said, that's it, I'm going home. He was done. So, because I think this is his third
It happens
time
every
running.
year. And also, the person who wins Iowa doesn't always go on to be
Right.
Elected president. I saw something in an article about, I think it's only 3 people who have won Iowa have gone on to become president. So
True,
it's not a good indicator.
But you don't want to finish
necessarily.
8th. That would be very embarrassing if Biden finished 8th.
You don't want to finish 8th. That is true, EZG. Stefan in the
That's true.
Facebook live chat says Yang had mentioned encouraging his supporters to go with Bernie on the second rounds if Yang isn't number 1. So Yang is already sort of giving throwing his support to Bernie kind of preemptively.
Oh boy.
Well, obviously, Yang knows he's not going to win Iowa, and he's not going to be the nominee.
True.
Although he has been raising a lot of money. But
he's raising a lot of money, and also he's got a lot of he's got his base. He's got people who are excited about him, and that's happened somehow. And
right.
So he does have a group to work with. Which, remember that part of the whole presidential thing is being able to affect the platform that a party puts together later on in the process. So he didn't even get to sign up to be in all of the primaries and caucuses. So there's no way Yang can actually win because he's not in enough states to do it. But he can very clearly have an influence on what the party does.
yeah, Stefan is saying in the Facebook live chat, what cabinet position do you think Yang is going for? So Stefan seems to think Yang is angling to be in the cabinet. But we'll see. Probably a little early to think about that. Christian Collins joins us in the Facebook live chat all the way from Ohio. Chris Rose is in there. Michael Martineau is in there. And both DJ Midas and Stefan seem to think that Bernie will take Iowa. I wonder what they're going to do here in New Hampshire if Bernie wins again, because last time in 2016, Bernie won New Hampshire, actually pretty handily over Hillary Clinton. And of course, the DNC was able to maneuver things through the use of superdelegates to make sure that they both walked out of the Granite State with the same number of delegates, despite Bernie being the clear
BS.
winner. Yeah.
If you like Bernie, I don't like either one, but
Yeah.
I thought he was robbed.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people felt that way. Even people who aren't necessarily sympathetic to Bernie's politics felt that way. But I wonder what they're going to do this time if that happens, or if they just go with it, because I think they did change. And Matt, you may know more about this than I do, because I feel like you know more of the about the mechanics of these things. I think they did make a change, right, from how that works in terms of superdelegates from 2016, because there was a lot of uproar over, people saying Bernie got robbed and so forth.
Yes, there have been some changes by the party, but remember, it's a party-run thing. The primaries, the caucuses, the selection of who's going to be the nominee is a party function, and so of course the party makes the rules.
Right.
While there's certainly, your point is a good one about how in the world do you wind up with an even number of delegates coming out of a state that one candidate clearly won, and that's absolutely a good point. It's also true that, first of all, I don't think the Clinton campaign did that great a job on keeping their head in the game of what was actually supposed to happen. The delegate counts in the primaries and the Electoral College in the general. And so that combined with the fact that there's something like 2,000 delegates that you have to win over the 50 states and the territories, that it's, a matter of 8 delegates or 10 delegates or 12 delegates in one state is not going to really influence the outcome of what's going to happen.
Yeah. Hello to Joe Friday, who joins us and says, hello, afternoon warriors. And Stefan was saying that superdelegates can only vote on the second round. Yeah, I just wonder how much panic there's going to be if Bernie's doing well. It's weird because, there's so many people who speculate, and we've had arguments about it on this show with various folks who speculate that if Bernie had been the nominee in 2016, he actually would have been able to beat Trump. I just wonder if it looks like that's what's happening this time, if it looks like Bernie is on track to be the nominee this time, does everybody panic or do they just go with it, which would be, I think, the smarter move, just go with it, go with that energy. I mean, it's going to be fascinating because honestly, I think Biden, I don't know if you see it, Matt, but I keep sharing out these things on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. Biden, in my view, cannot be the nominee. I think Biden will lose. I think Biden is going to look awful on that debate stage next to Trump. I really do. I think Biden is going to appear frail. I think Biden is going, Trump's going to be hurling these insults at him, and Biden's not going to be quick enough to respond. Because that's the kind of thing people remember from debates. It's never the substance. It's all style, right? It's the sizzle, not the steak, that people remember. Whereas Bernie, I think, just stylistically will be able to hold his own. And there's other Democrats who I think could hold their own. But Biden, I think, is just gonna look bad up there. I mean, what do you think?
I think that there are some real questions about Biden, and the whole thing about the Republicans came up with this whole thing about stuttering and focusing on that issue, which is not really an issue,
right?
Of course,
right.
If the Republicans bring it up, it's a non-issue.
Yeah.
But I do think that, for instance, Joe Biden came to the New York State Democratic Convention in the gubernatorial election a year or two ago, and he gave a speech which was supposed to be an introduction to Cuomo, to Governor Cuomo coming up and giving his acceptance speech, and it wound up going for almost 3 hours.
Wow.
And he'd kind of go off on a tangent and then sort of bump into the name Cuomo, and it would remind him they had to get back onto track. And so he would. But I think that there's some other things going on, and I do think it's time to I do think we need somebody, who's a little bit younger.
Yeah, but I think Bernie's actually older, right? He's older than Biden by, I think, a year, right?
Yeah.
But Bernie doesn't have the issues that Biden does. Like Bernie, I've never seen any, because with Biden, we have these, we speculate about, is there a cognitive impairment and whatnot? And, on the one hand, you can say, well, it sure seems like it at times. But on the other hand, he's always had verbal gaffes. And I only just recently learned that he actually is a stutterer. And that's something he's had to deal with all his life. And he's, obviously he's largely figured out how to control it and whatnot. But Bernie, like, I don't don't remember a single instance of watching Bernie Sanders in a debate or giving a speech or anything where I've never had any questions myself, certainly about Bernie cognitively, and that damn heart attack that he had, I think, helped him in the long run because he got that stent, and he actually, I noticed in the very next debate after the heart attack, he seemed stronger. Like that was probably the best thing that could have happened to him, and I think he's maintained that. He's got a certain energy about him. I mean, his posture is much worse than that of Joe Biden. He's kind of hunched over, but he's, what is he, 78? But I just don't see any of those same, even though Bernie's the oldest one in the field for the Dems, I just don't see any of that same concern as people have for Biden. I don't feel like with Bernie it's an issue. What do you think?
Well, that's a little more personal to me because about a year and a half ago I had a heart attack, and I can tell you that it took a little time to get back from that, and there's still stuff that is. I'm still dealing with that, although I'm out there, every day, and I'm walking around and doing things that I got to do, etc.
Yeah.
But it has an effect on you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's even though I had a quadruple heart attack and a quadruple bypass immediately thereafter, but it lingers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My dad had one a few years ago. My dad on his. He was very precise about it. He had it on his 67th birthday, and but in his case, he'd been walking around with chest discomfort for like 3 weeks, and then finally one day it got to be really severe, and he said, "Oh, that's it." He went to the hospital, and he made a full recovery, but it took a while for him too, but. But with Bernie, he just seemed to bounce right back. I mean, he was right back out there. But he probably dealt with it pretty rapidly. G Girl is here, by the way. Welcome, G Girl.
Hi. What's going on? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, yeah. We're talking with Matt Nisanoff of Politipod. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Matt. You started to say something.
I was going to say that is true. I do agree with what you're saying about he was up as quick as I think you can be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he was right back out there. They made it. His campaign certainly made certain that he was out there as soon as he could be, as soon as it was safe for him, and he's out there. He's kicking.
Yeah. Yeah. Stefan in the Facebook live chat says Bernie would have won. If he'd run in 2016, I assume he would have taken at least one or two more states than Clinton did. I think that's a sound theory. He also says if the DNC pushes Biden to be the nominee, it will be the end of the Democratic Party. I wouldn't say that, but he also says Bernie absolutely is the best qualified to stand up to Trump in a debate. Rob Dion also joins us. He's part of the WMNH family. He says, I worry candidates like Bernie and Warren are too far left to win. And then he says, that said, I will vote for whomever is the nominee. I don't think that's necessarily the case. What do you think, Matt? I mean, are the Democrats better off with somebody more establishment? Are Warren and Bernie and who else is? I guess they really are the two. I guess everyone else is kind of establishment, right?
They're the two. Yeah, well, they're the two who are most prominently. Not the establishment. Honestly, it's really beyond time. There's been such a swing and such a forcing of the political realm to become right, and it's gone so far out of whack that it's aren't they so extreme? They're really not that extreme. This is there's stuff that they're talking about that Democrats have been talking about for 30 years.
Sure.
So it's hardly an extreme point, and it's just that for a number of reasons that we can go into for 6, 8, 10 hours in a stretch, that the political spectrum has been yanked to the right so far that maybe it's time to get a little balance back and have somebody who can talk about things like people having health care. And Americans certainly deserve that. There's no, I don't see a question in that at all.
Right.
But
I'm with you.
It's time to acknowledge climate change. It's time to take on any number of these issues that people are saying are so far leftist, but just seem sort of middle of the road to me.
Ed Murphy is in the Facebook live chat. Ed is Yang Gang,
Hi, Ed.
I believe. Yes. Hey, let me ask you this, Matt, just to get your reaction. You'll probably disagree with me because no one agrees with me on this, but I have taken a bit of a liking to Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, because when I watch her in these debates, there's two words that consistently enter my mind: confidence and competence. Everything about her, just her experience and how she carries herself and whatnot. I know some of her answers to things seem a little canned and whatnot, but she just seems presidential to me. Like I can totally imagine Amy Klobuchar as president, and I think she has the confidence and the competence to be president. And like I said, no one agrees with me on this, so I'll be curious to hear what you think. But like I said, I just can imagine her as president without any reservation. Doesn't mean I necessarily would agree with her on everything, certainly, but I just I can just imagine her as president, and I can imagine her holding her own on that debate stage against Trump without a lot of the baggage that Hillary had, but being really tough enough, to stand up to him in a debate. What do you think?
Actually, I do agree. I don't know
Really?
that she's generated. Yeah, I do, because
You're the first one.
okay. Well, there you go. Another first in the nation.
Everyone else looks at me like I have two heads when I say that. That's great.
No, I agree for you. I agree with you for the points you made. She's got the intellect. She's got the poise. She's got the she's got things going. However, it hasn't gotten across in this campaign,
Right.
or it doesn't look like it has. We'll see. After you were talking about candidates who might drop off after the second or third election, and I think that she's on that short list. We'll have to see how it actually plays out for her.
Yeah.
But not that she couldn't get there. I just don't think she's gotten there this time.
Right. I don't think she has any chance. I'm not suggesting I think she has any chance. I'm just saying that if she were to have a chance, I think she'd be an excellent choice.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. I also suspect that she had some sort of speech therapy to rid herself of her Minnesota accent. But no one agrees with me about that either. Oh, Gary Hamer is in the Facebook live chat. Gary says Amy for America. Yeah, Gary and his wife Heidi Hamer, who is a state rep here in New Hampshire, they're both supporters of Amy.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. You like Amy Klobuchar there, G Girl?
I heard of her in Haverhill in Lawrence area.
Oh, okay. Yes. Well. Yeah, well, unfortunately, like I said, I don't think she has much of a shot. But Matt, if you have a couple of more minutes, I did want to ask you about the impeachment trial. Where do you think this is heading? It looks to me like no witnesses. They have the votes to make sure there's no witnesses, and this all gets wrapped up by tomorrow with an acquittal. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's got the short fuse on. Because
I agree too.
Mitch gets what he wants. He's not. He hasn't gotten to the presidency of the Senate by being a shy guy.
Right.
He knows how to really stick it to people to get what he wants. So I think that not only do I think that they're not going to get not only do I think the Democrats will not get the 4 Republican votes they need to get witnesses and evidence, I think that they're kind of letting Collins and Romney and Murkowski say the things that they want to do, to say these points of views because they know that the Democrats won't get the votes they need. McConnell's a little more free with letting them say what they want to, letting them do what they want to. He's letting the leash out right now.
Yeah.
So that they can get their views out and to be able to say, oh, look, really, we had such a fair process. I mean, gosh, Collins and Romney. So I think it's almost a gag. I think it's to help set up Collins having the best chance she can have at getting reelected up in Maine. And so I think it's sort of the I don't want to say the fix is in, but I want to say it's
I've been saying that
sort of like it's a play. It's already been written. He knows he's going to get that. He knows he's going to go with the acquittal.
Right.
What has he done? What has he done as the leader of the Senate? He's worked very hard to focus on getting judges passed and stopping everything else. So he knows how to stop stuff.
Yeah.
He's going to stop this. And that's why they're letting these wacky, silly things that Dershowitz is saying get out there as well, because they know they're going to get the acquittal. So they are trying to set up arguments that can be used to help protect the future Republican president. With all this, the president has absolute power. He's more like a king than a president. He gets to do whatever he wants. And I think it's actually kind of dangerous.
Yeah. Well, I think, too, on the one hand, see, my theory is I think the acquittal, I think this entire process ultimately helps Trump because I think it just further energizes his base going into the election, and then he can do these rallies and talk about, the Democrats tried to take him down and they couldn't do it and this and that. So I think it helps him, but I also think it may, I think the long game here for the Democrats who know, the fix is in obviously with the trial. The long game here for the Democrats is to try to put as many Republicans who are up for re-election in 2020 in jeopardy because the Republicans like Susan Collins, for example, have to walk that line. They have to thread that needle of, on the one hand, they have to look like they're with Trump enough because, it's Trump's party now. The Republican Party is absolutely Trump's party. And, what's the number one rule of Trump's Republican Party? Don't do anything to go against daddy. So they have to look like they're with Trump enough so they don't get primaried because they know if they step out of line, Trump will attack them on Twitter, and then next thing you know, a candidate emerges who's going to be taking them out in a primary, right? A more pro-Trump candidate. So they have to look like they're with Trump enough to not get primaried, but still look independent and fair-minded enough to win in the general election, to not look like they were just going along to get along as far as sticking with Trump. So I think, obviously the Democrats know where this is headed. We all know where this is headed. But I think they may have a shot at taking back the Senate if they have, and I don't know that they have, but if they have successfully through this process put enough Republicans in jeopardy who are going to be up for re-election in 2020, which again, I don't know if they've successfully done that here, but I think that's the real goal because they know. They're not going to take out Trump. It's just not going to happen. Yeah,
sometimes in politics, it's almost like chess.
Right.
You make a move and you don't see the results immediately. You got to wait down the line. But what you did early affects how the outcome's going to play out.
Right.
So, yeah, I think you're right. I think it is. Both sides are trying to figure out the calculation of what's going to work down the road because we know this is a done deal. And you're right. It's up to the Democrats now to try to get the independents or the middle ground folks to figure out that this is a real problem. This is when you have a president who is focused more on what crimes can he get away with than how to lead the country. That's a problem. And hopefully the election will sort some things out.
Well, the thing is, too, I mean, as far as impeachment, there's no happy endings here. I mean, if Trump were convicted and removed, then we end up with President Pence. I don't know about you, but I don't find that appealing. I don't know that we're any better. I mean, he'd certainly be more competent in his job than Donald Trump, but I don't know if I want. I don't know if I like the idea of a competent Mike Pence actually in charge of anything. You know what I mean? Like he genuinely concerns me. He actually genuinely concerns me in ways that Trump does not. I don't particularly want. This is going to make some people really mad, but I've said it on the show before. I don't particularly want an evangelical in charge of nuclear weapons because I worry that that's the kind of character who's going to think he hears God's voice in his head telling him, hey, it's time. I've chose you for this moment. Let's get this thing. Let's, fulfill the prophecy of the book of Revelation or whatever crazy stuff. And let's launch those missiles and bring about the second coming. You know what I mean? And people get mad at me and they think I'm caricaturing these people. But if you listen to them, this is the kind of thing they talk about. This is what they believe, or at least what they purport to believe in order to get votes. You know what I mean? So I'm not personally any more comfortable with at least with Trump, we know it's all phony, right? We know he doesn't actually believe in any of that. He plays these people and they lap it up. But I'm worried that Pence is a true believer, and that genuinely concerns me.
There's something
crazy.
to that. I think that it is true that actually I don't think that they're playing a game. I think that they are genuinely serious about what they believe and how they believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, your concern is a genuine one, I think. But I don't think that he would jump on the nuclear button. I just think that actually I think the way it could play out is that because it's so close to an election, that if Trump were to be removed, because he certainly has committed the crimes and deserves to be removed, that Pence would come in, but I think that he wouldn't be so bold about jumping on options necessarily for the evangelicals specifically, although he'd want to gear up and try to figure out how to get elected himself.
Yeah.
But having a caretaker in the White House has never gone particularly well come the next election. So there might be, I think there is a political advantage to it.
Yeah. I just worry about, like I never worried that much about it with George W. Bush. He claimed to be an evangelical, but I always kind of figured he was phony about it. But can you imagine somebody like Michelle Bachmann? I mean, she ran for president. Can you imagine her actually as president and how scary that would be? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, if she were the Republican nominee someday to see her, handling a snake at the podium during her acceptance speech. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, these people really concern me. I don't want them having access to anything that can end the world because I worry they might actually do it. And some might accuse me of religious bigotry when I say that, but I have nothing against religion. But some of these people, just the way they talk, it genuinely is alarming to me. So I don't know. Well,
I think.
Go ahead.
Well, let me just get one last thing in on that. I think that from my perspective, I think that it's the evangelicals who have been taken for a ride because all of the Republicans have said for decades now how much they agree and how much, John Kasich, who's out in Ohio, governor in Ohio, has said for decades how deeply religious he is. And in fact, he says God told him to run for president. He was supposed to win the last election because God told him so to run.
Yes.
So I think they always thread that in the last 30 years because they know that's part of their base. They need to they need to energize it. They know the libertarians and the economic guys, they need to do that, but then they need to do something for the evangelical, and they just flat out they've excited that base to get active, but I don't think that they actually would pull through for them, and I don't think they have.
Right. I agree. Oh, I've upset Heidi Hamer. She says in the Facebook live chat, Matt Connarton, how dare you say Amy Klobuchar doesn't stand a chance to become president? Amy Klobuchar. I think I might have just had a Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren moment there. Amy Klobuchar is realistic and pragmatic. Amy has passed over 100 bills as the lead Democrat that were signed into law. Amy is for every American. She's honest. She's intelligent. Amy Klobuchar has a plan for her first 100 days in office. She will look you in the eye and tell you what she thinks and will get the big things done. Amy for America.
Ooh.
Heidi, I don't argue with any of that, and that's why I say I like Amy Klobuchar. I think she's competent and confident. So those are the two words I always think when I see her. She may be too good to be the nominee. That's all I'm saying. But
And I think it's just not this particular,
right.
not this campaign that it's going to happen for. But we'll know by South Carolina. So
Oh yeah.
let's touch bases then, and we'll see if we were wrong.
By the way, Jenny just sent me a link, so maybe this will make things up to Heidi. Jenny sent me a link in the Facebook live chat. So there is an event for Amy Klobuchar, the Nashua Hot Dish House Party, which is, that's happening tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. So you can find that online. So there you go, an event for Amy Klobuchar. So, all right. Well, Matt, thank you so much for joining us today, and you've been generous with your time as always. And please give Politipod a plug before we let you go.
Yes, actually, we have a new episode just released of Politipod, Fun with Politics, Governance, and More. It's about a half an hour or so long. It's a good way to get a little laugh in with all this serious political stuff going on. Here's a laugh or two for you, we hope. We've got sketches, one-liners, and Election Central, which announces upcoming elections that are happening across the country every week. So please feel free to give us a listen, soundcloud.com/Politipod. And, of course, thank you, Matt, for letting me and allowing me to be here and talk a little bit. And
my pleasure.
Love to do it again sometime.
Absolutely. We'll have to do it again soon. You got it. All right, Matt, thank you so much for the call, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye-bye. All right, the great Matt Nisanoff from Politipod. Always
Where
wonderful
is he calling
discussion.
from, may I ask?
He is in, I believe he's in New York City.
Oh, it's always from New York, it seems like.
What do you mean?
Your contacts always seem to call from New York.
Well, it's New York. It's the greatest city in the world.
Yeah.
Well, next to Manchester, New Hampshire.
I don't think I've met your guest over there on the couch.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure I saw you walk over and introduce yourself to her while I was.
But that's the first time I met her. That's the first time I met the lady.
Yes. Oh, by the way, Stefan says Amy does not have a path to the nomination. You need high polls, enthusiasm, an army of grassroots volunteers, and money. When was the last time Amy raised over $1 million in one day? Oh boy, Stefan's going to get on Heidi's bad side. Yes. So the question was raised before the show, before G Girl got here. Are the two of you related? Because you're G Girl and you're Easy G.
Yeah,
so you both have G's in your name.
I don't think so.
Nah. Maybe you're my uncle.
Maybe.
Yes.
I think you've been on the show before, right?
Yes, a few
I've
times.
heard your name, but I never met you in person. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir.
You're old enough to be her. What are you? Early 70s now?
Yeah.
You could be her uncle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm 70s.
Oh,
What's
wow.
wrong with the 70s?
Nothing. I thought
You were around in the 70s?
I was a 70s baby, 1978.
Well,
June 1978.
Well, you were around to watch the one of my favorite shows, and Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell, Zach.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
that's random. So Easy G, it's fortuitous that you meet Easy G because he is the entertainment reporter around here.
Sometimes I do a quickie on his show, or I do the full one.
Right. Sometimes he stops in for a quickie in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah?
Or if I do the full one, sometimes I get fired. Or the other show.
Right. He was recently fired, but then rehired
Yeah,
from the morning show.
The same week.
The same week.
Wow, that's gangster.
I don't know how you get fired from a volunteer job, but
Right.
I did. Leave it to me.
And then sometimes he brings his leftovers to this program.
Oh, yeah?
No, actually, I
the-
worked on all this today, so this is all
Oh
hot
wow!
news today.
You've got that's why he has all those important documents
Oh, yeah?
on the
That's
desk
good.
there. Those are all for
Yeah,
his
I gave some
entertainment
to
report.
D girl over there. So.
Oh, what did you give to her?
I gave her the latest hot news about the bookery, and I gave her
Oh.
a nice tag card from Manny McCarthy.
Oh,
Yes.
very good. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
She'll
I
be
got
on,
him right here.
she'll be on
Mm.
the weekly die-on next Thursday with, I believe, her boyfriend Tom.
Excellent.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. How are you feeling about Tom these days? You a little jealous
Fine.
or what?
Fine.
You're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's a little sweet on Amanda. That's why I ask him.
Ah.
He's always chasing after. You stay away from that Nirvana, by the way. Texas Mike's new girlfriend there.
You can have her.
Oh my goodness. We have a call?
Maybe I Texas Mike.
It could be. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey,
Dave Ridley. How are you, sir?
Hey, the Riddler Man.
Can you hear us?
yep, I'm here.
You're cutting in and out a little bit.
Well,
Oh,
I'll
that-
get to a higher place here as the further I walk, but
That's
I had a piece of news for you.
that's you already sound better. That's great. Yeah, go ahead, Dave Ridley. What's your news?
I should have mentioned this earlier, but I guess the New Hampshire Liberty Forum is coming up in just 2 days.
Oh, where's that going to be?
So the news is not very scandalous, but that's
Oh.
the news. It's February 2nd and 3rd, I think. The Free Staters put on their annual get together,
Yes.
and everyone's invited. Basically, I think you got to have a ticket to do certain things. But
Yes. Will they be doing that at the DoubleTree again this year in Manchester?
that's my understanding. Yeah.
Hmm.
For those who are not familiar with the event, it's become kind of almost a part of New Hampshire history. It's been going on so long. The Ron Paul has spoken at a Liberty Forum. Edward Snowden, and in 2010, there were a series of arrests connected to the Liberty Forum.
I didn't know
Some
that.
Liberty activists went down the street and did a marijuana civil disobedience event,
Oh,
and the police arrested, I think, about 8 people.
yes. Protecting and serving. Yes, I didn't know about that. That was in 2010.
This was back when they had it in Nashua.
Oh, okay.
And they did the event at Library Hill in downtown Nashua. And I guess what had happened was the police were they wanted to arrest someone kind of on an unrelated charge because people just started pouring out in the neighborhood to join us, right?
Right.
And one of the people who poured out of the neighborhood apparently had an arrest warrant.
Oh.
And the police had been kind of monitoring our event, and so they arrested someone. And I don't think it was on a marijuana charge at first. The people didn't know that, and so anyway, the police decided they were losing control of the crowd, and they came racing with sirens and arrested a few people at the scene, and then a bunch of people later they came to their houses.
Oh, wow. Well, let that be a lesson to any of the young people listening. If you have an arrest warrant and there's some sort of cannabis event going on in the streets, don't go pouring out into the neighborhood.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes. Very exciting. Now, it used to
But
be.
it tends to be. It's really generally it leans more in the direction of sort of the political people, and it's more respectable and stuff like that. But still, people will come to the event who believe the government shouldn't do certain things, and civil disobedience sometimes goes along with it. But that hasn't been a lot of that recently. It's been more quiet.
Yeah, yeah. So it's 2 days. It used to be longer. What didn't it used to be 3 days? 3 or 4?
3 days. Yeah, I think it used to be 3 days. I was kind of surprised when I saw only 2 days on the website.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe there's only so much liberty to go around.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to ration the liberty a little bit, I think.
All up in here.
That's right.
Call in, everybody.
Well, very good. So you'll be attending that, I assume.
No, I don't have a vehicle, so I can't get there very easily, so I won't go this year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Where is it at, Dave Ridley?
I beg your pardon?
Where is the event held at? Curiosity. I won't be going either.
It's in Manchester at the DoubleTree, if I recall correctly.
DoubleTree.
Yeah.
And when is this at again?
It's on the 2nd and the 3rd, February 2nd and 3rd.
Oh, these are the Liberty candidates?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go, and it's a good place to go and just kind of meet, who are the Liberty people in New Hampshire who think the government should get smaller and are doing something about it.
This is a free event?
You can go to speeches, or you know how it is. It's just it's a normal convention.
Today, you have to sign up ahead of time?
I think so, right? You have to buy tickets in advance for this?
Oh, I think you could probably just show up and they'd figure out a way to take your money.
Right, yeah.
I thought it was a free event.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's not a free event, then I won't be going.
Liberty's not free, they're EZG.
You called me yesterday.
I would encourage people. I'm not sure what will happen when he gets there.
Right.
But if it were me holding the event, I would kind of be glad to see people kind of showing up on the periphery and just kind of seeing what's going on. It's good to have the community involved and not just be an echo chamber.
Right.
But I don't know exactly what the reception would be if you just showed up. And decided you wanted to kind of hang out on the periphery and not buy a ticket.
I think too they might feel some pressure to let EZG in because of his rippling muscles. He's very intimidating. So, But anything else on your mind today, Dave Ridley?
Nope, that's it.
All right, well, please give the Ridley Report a plug before you go.
Oh, RidleyReport.com. I do ambush interviews with politicians, and I just got done with a string of ambush interviews around Keene. And I got assaulted 3 times by politicians and bureaucrats.
Actually, like violently assaulted, physically assaulted?
Well, they grabbed my camera, and in the process, they got hands on me. So.
Right. By the way, when that happens, do you say anything like, hey, you touch my camera again, you're going to pull back a bloody stump or anything like that? Do you say that to these people?
I've never used a bloody stump.
I recommend it.
No, that's never come out.
Yeah, because, at the very least, they'll think twice.
Yeah, can't we all just
Or maybe they'll say, here's a blowhard.
Oh,
can we all just get along?
Yeah, fact.
That's a good idea, EZG.
Yep.
All right, Dave Ridley, always wonderful to hear from you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
all right,
New Year.
You got it.
Have a good night.
Oh, yes, Happy New Year from EZG.
I haven't spoken to them this year. So.
Right.
Still technically, you can say Happy New Year until Saturday, then you get rid of it.
So basically, it's good for the entire month of January. You can say
that's
Happy
my
New
philosophy.
That's
next month is Lovers Month.
So. Ooh, Lovers Month. Yeah.
I don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
Now, why is that?
I don't really either, but I like to.
Even when I was with someone, I'm single, mingling, but even when I was with someone, I never like celebrating Valentine's Day. I've had a bad experience on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
A friend of mine got dumped on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's the worst.
I got robbed.
Then she dated the guy many more times.
At Valentine's Day when I worked for a bank. That's why.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
No, really.
That could happen any day, G girl.
I know. It happened many times with me.
Many times?
Many
You've been
times.
robbed at gunpoint?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Working for a bank.
You don't
that's
do
what
that job no
happens.
more, do you?
Wow.
Oh, hell no. Heck no. I'm out of there.
You can say hell.
Oh, my God.
That's one of the words you can
Yeah,
say.
hell no.
Hell no.
Hell
God.
no.
Wow. Multiple times you were robbed at gunpoint?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was there for 10 years. I was the manager of the bank.
Survived?
Oh.
I'm a soul survivor.
Obviously, you're sitting on the couch. That's a dumb question.
I know.
Yes.
If you didn't survive, you wouldn't be here.
Right?
You'd be where Kobe Bryant is, unfortunately.
You never know what can happen. I mean, I was once devoured by werewolves, but I had to go through the reanimation process.
Do you think they're overblowing the Kobe Bryant incident?
No.
Overblowing it how?
Like treating him like he's a god?
Well,
He did a lot.
I know
He
he's
did
a great player and all, but as far as I know, he puts his pants on one leg at a time. It's like me and you. I know he's super rich.
yeah.
But he earned it. He earned it. R.I.P. to him and his daughter. But
yeah.
he earned it. I mean, he did a lot of stuff for the community.
So it's a lot of other people, though.
Right. See, I'm not a sports fan, so to me, it's like
I'm not a big Kobe Bryant fan either, but
Yeah.
I think they are
Well,
overhyping it just
there,
a little bit.
it's a complicated legacy because on the one hand, I understand he was this incredible athlete, and hopefully he did I guess he did a lot for charity, maybe.
Yeah.
The way people are talking about him.
But so is Justin Spencer from Psycho Percussion. You don't see him.
Right. But the other thing about the other thing about Kobe Bryant is, he did pay a woman a 7-figure settlement for an alleged rape in 2003 in Colorado.
Oh yeah, I know.
And
well, we all make mistakes, you know.
Yeah, that's a tough one though, Eric.
His wife stood by him though.
I know she did.
She's a soldier to doing that.
Yeah.
But I think they're overhyping him, and I know he did a lot of good things, but so does a lot of other people out there.
Yeah.
And they just pass away and they get nothing.
No, I know. I mean, I don't make any judgments about it though, in the sense that, like, to me, I'm not a basketball fan, so to me, it's more like the tragedy of 9 people died in a helicopter crash. So I look at it more that way. And one of them being his 13-year-old daughter. That's particularly tragic.
I know.
A 13-year-old
so
kid.
I think it's all going to go back to that Chris McAuliffe thing back 34 years ago.
Oh, I remember seeing that happen.
She passed
live.
away, but kind of forget about the rest of the people.
Jenny said, "WTF did you say?" I'm not sure which one of us that's directed to, Jenny. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't make any judgments about people mourning him, in the sense that, I mean, I'm sure, like, just as an example, a few years ago when Prince passed away, I was, that's another example of a major celebrity who, if you weren't a fan of his, then it probably, wasn't a big deal. But for someone like me, he was always one of my top 5 favorite artists, It is
a good distraction.
It was pretty devastating.
It is a good distraction from the impeachment hearings, though. I have to give you that.
So you're looking at the silver lining of Kobe Bryant's death. It's a good distraction.
I'm sorry he died, obviously.
Right.
People, but
at least it happened.
I think they're way overhyping it.
At least it happened during impeachment. Is what you're saying? It sounds like.
But I know he did supposedly. Well, he did kind of pay that girl off, but who knows what happened, because I wasn't there, so I'm not going to judge him for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was messy, though.
Well, I mean, it is. I mean, honestly, it was the first thing I thought of when we found out he was dead. I thought of that. Like, that's where my mind went. I thought.
Unfortunately, mine did too. And
I had to look it up because I couldn't remember exactly what happened. I was like, wait a minute, was he acquitted?
His wife got a big ring after that ceremony.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hello to Tom Blanchard, who joins us in the Facebook live chat.
Hello, everybody tuning in.
But
what's the call-in number again, Matt?
603-250 250 6007.
6007. Call in.
But
one of your peeps is gonna call?
Yes, one of my peeps is gonna call.
Oh, very good, very good.
Boy.
But I had to look it up, like
He's gonna get it.
I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if he had been acquitted or exactly how that was resolved. So
they did.
So I looked it up, and what happened was the woman who was making the allegation, she ended up dropping the criminal the criminal charges because apparently. So when this happens, the victim's name is supposed to be protected. The police aren't supposed to, or the DA isn't supposed to release that to the media. You're supposed to protect the victim's name. Apparently, on 3 separate occasions, her name leaked out to the media.
Oh, wow.
So after the 3rd time, she said, that's it. She stopped cooperating with law enforcement. Her lawyers said, we're done. Because this is, traumatic enough. And then her name keeps getting out there. And obviously, Kobe Bryant's this big sports star. So, I'm sure she was getting harassed by people who are fans of Kobe Bryant. Plus, we live in a culture where athletes are held to an abysmally low standard of conduct compared to everybody else. So then. But the civil suit continued forward, and then he ended up settling, and paid her $7 million, not $7 million, but it was a 7-figure check And I think G-Girl lost her phone behind the couch.
Oh no! Are you serious?
I hope you got some long arms. Well, yeah, I mean, you can probably pull it out a little bit. I don't know. Just don't unplug anything.
I won't.
So
Oh, there it fell. You heard it?
I heard something. Yeah, we might have to get it. We might have to dig it out afterward, or when we take a break. I'll see if I can reach it. We'll take a break shortly. Okay. But
Don't do that again, G-Girl.
yeah. So
even I had never done that.
So
really.
according to what I read. So back when this happened, when they made the settlement, he released a statement saying something like he believed that everything was consensual between the two of them.
Of course it was.
But he now understood why she didn't feel the same or something like that. And apparently there were a large amount of, forgive me for being graphic, but it is what it is. Vaginal lacerations, I believe was the phrase.
Oh boy.
That she had suffered. So clearly, there appeared to be something forcibly done. So his payoff happens, and I'm sorry, I can't just. I know he's a professional athlete and a very successful and famous one. So I guess we're all supposed to just forgive him. Look, I believe in redemption, but I can't. Knowing that I do have a little bit of a hard time listening to like all these sports guys just canonizing him like he was a saint, and we're all supposed to.
Right, that's why I can't figure out now. They worship the ground he walks on now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
I'm sorry he died, but I'm not a fan.
Right, yeah. Jenny in the Facebook live chat says, Bryant admitted to a sexual encounter with his accuser, but denied the assault allegation. The case was dropped after Bryant's accuser refused to testify in the case. A separate civil suit was later filed against Bryant by the woman. This was settled out of court and included Bryant publicly apologizing to his accuser, though admitting no guilt. Yeah, so...
But there was money involved, too.
I mean...
He paid her to go away.
Right.
And then his wife got a big ring.
Yeah, well, because I think what he also said publicly was that he wasn't guilty of rape, but he was guilty of adultery.
Yeah, so his wife got a big ring.
Clearly, so...
Many millions.
So, I don't know. I mean, maybe if I were a big basketball fan, I'd feel differently. I don't think I would.
I'm a big basketball fan.
But,
Celtics?
You big Celtics fan,
yeah.
Easy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan Gorman just messaged me asking if anyone is here. I'll message him back. Yes, but you're always welcome. Oh, maybe we'll get a visit from Stacey Wilcox.
Oh boy.
Well, we'll take a break in a minute. I'll play another Holly Brewer song. I opened with a song of hers because she's going to be joining us here in studio on Monday. Great artist from the area.
Oh, cool.
And then we can get after the break. We can get to your entertainment report.
Yeah, my cookie. Yeah.
But what we should do is we'll include. In the entertainment report, we'll give G-Girl a chance to plug. You're in a movie, is that correct?
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, tomorrow's the movie premiere. It's at 7 p.m. at K Oasis in Boston, and it's $5 to get in. And the movie will be premiered twice tomorrow night. Shout out to Sonny Thompson. Thank you for letting me be a part of that movie. It's called The Gangster. And I act as Red, and it's going to be everywhere. You can see the trailer on my Facebook at Jackie Brown, JACCIE Brown, or YouTube it, The Gangster. And like I said, it's going to be red carpet tomorrow. It's going to be lit. Live performances, BMG Boys, hosted by Sarita, First Lady. It's really, really going to be a big night. So I suggest anyone in the New England area, Manchester, Boston, Rhode Island, Connecticut, have everybody come out tomorrow to K Oasis in Boston at 7 p.m., $5 to get in. It's going to be lit. DJ, everything. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm in some other movies too. I'm in Around My Way. It's a web series by Rika. You can YouTube it. Go subscribe. So, and I got my lingerie coming out this summer. Gigi's Wetwear.
Oh, my goodness.
Very nice.
It's glow-in-the-dark lingerie for everyone.
All righty.
And also, you see the shirt I'm wearing? It's by Tasty. So,
wow.
Someone gave me the shirt, so I just wanted to show it. It's a new shirt with the lips, with the cherries. Just pop it.
Very nice. Before we take a break, Jenny put this in the Facebook live chat. So Bryant initially told investigators he did not have sexual intercourse with his accuser, a 19-year-old woman who walked into so he lied to police, who worked at the hotel where Bryant was staying. When the officers told Bryant that she had taken an exam that yielded physical evidence, I'm going to self-edit this a little bit as I read it, just in case, kids listening in the cars. But when officers told Bryant that she had taken an exam that yielded physical evidence, and you can guess what that would be, Bryant admitted to having intercourse with her, but stated that the sex was consensual. When asked about the bruises on the accuser's neck, Bryant admitted to strangling her during the encounter, stating that he held her from the neck around her neck, quote unquote, that strangling was his thing, that he had a pattern of strangling a different partner, not his wife, during their recurring encounters. When asked how hard he was holding on to her neck, Brian stated, quote, "My hands are strong. I don't know," unquote. So, just taking that all into account, like I said, you can all do what you want. You turn on any sports talk show, take your pick, and they're all gushing about Kobe Bryant. But, just be aware, it's, this happened. Ryan Gorman joins us in the Facebook live chat. Hello, sir. Ed Murphy says Cynthia Wilcox is too scared to show up with Easy G in the house. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. And, of course, Cynthia is actually Stacy Wilcox, but you chose to call him Cynthia, which is clearly not a unisex name there, Easy G.
Yeah, you're probably right. Well, I was a little overtired, but now I've gotten 3 days of sleep, so I'm feeling good.
Sometimes your hard G persona takes over.
Yeah.
You be going state to state? He be traveling?
Oh, Easy G.
No, I just say local.
Oh.
More local.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
I don't travel well.
All right, so
more useless information.
We're going to take a break. I'm going to play another Holly Brewer song because she's going to be joining us here in the studio on Monday, and I'm going to see if with my long arms, if I can reach G-Girl's phone, which has fallen behind the couch.
Yeah, hopefully the couch didn't eat it.
Yeah, so hopefully not. You think it went underneath? Oh, my goodness. Well, we'll see what we can do. All right, we'll be back. More Unleashed coming up.
This is so much fun.
everyday climbing, 'cause these glossy signs been breaking minds. They promise many things. I'll take on every advert, expose what it really means.
Just a pretty face upon the billboards that you grace. The corporations selling lies, they shoot them in our eyes. You're more than just a selling point. You are the beauty that's inside. You needn't shave to be their queen. You needn't live their cyber dream.
That is Holly Brewer with Billboard Bandit. She's going to be here with us live in the studio on Monday on Matt Connarton Unleashed. You're listening. We are live from WMNH 95.3 FM in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. Streaming at WMNHradio.org and on the Facebook on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. Hello to Ross Terrio, who just joined us in the Facebook live chat. Hello, sir. Ross, I know I say this all the time, but you're always welcome to join us here in the studio. I always have a good time with Ross. Ross and I, whenever we're in the same room, we try to, we both have very dry senses of humor, and we try to out-dry each other, and it's a lot of fun. So Easy G, of course, is here at the news desk. Hello, sir.
Hello, I got some entertainment here.
Yes, and I think G-Girl, who joins us also, she's on the couch. I think she wanted to say hello to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, shout out to Victor Santiago. He's part of the Taina Kings in the movie that I just did, The Gangster, that will be coming out tomorrow. Also, shout out to Sonny and the whole cast member, everyone doing their thing. Massive Hustle Records, Deezy the Gift, everybody doing their thing.
And didn't you also want to say hello to Jenny?
And Jenny, yes, Jenny, I'm sad you're not here. I know it was last minute that I came here, but I'm looking at the corner and I do not see you. So I'm sad. I hope you're doing better.
But we do have the giant Peter White head there in the corner.
Uh-huh, I seen that.
Yes, yes.
Who did that?
That was done by Mr. Ryan Gorman.
Oh.
Yes, yes. Very talented artist. Easy G, what are you doing over there with your phone? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. It's the first thing. It's, if you want to see Mayor Pete next Tuesday, February 4th, he's going to be at the Rex Theater on Amherst Street. He'll be there around 9:30. Doors open at 9.
You're a big Mayor Pete fan, huh?
Yeah, I am. And you have to go to his website. And it's real complicated links, but you go to his Mayor Pete website. Just Google it, and you can register, because you got to register ahead of time. And I already had somebody at the office register me, so I'll be there.
You said it's really complicated. He just lost my vote.
Well, it's a link to register, but I'm not going to go announce it online because it's complicated. So you can just Google it yourself.
Yes, Google it yourself.
Or you can go down to Mayor's Pete office right across the street from the SNU Arena.
Oh, he has an office.
Right? He's had it for a couple of months now, yes.
Good. Well, he must be pretty serious then about this.
So
whole
I'll be
running
checking
for
that
president.
out, and maybe I'll get a posted on my Facebook page, me and Mayor Pete.
Ooh.
And if that doesn't interest you, tomorrow at the Bookery, I'm already going to this tomorrow. President candidate Tulsi from Hawaii.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Thank her for her service because she is a veteran.
Oh, she's
Aloha.
active. She's active military.
Well, there you go.
Eric.
Still, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Yes.
Aloha, as they say in Hawaii.
Aloha.
And I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt tomorrow when I go visit her. Hopefully, I'll get. Hopefully,
bring her a lei.
I don't have one.
Oh yes.
Maybe I'll get one from her. So hopefully I'll post that on my. Hopefully I'll post that on my Facebook page. But you need to sign up ahead of time. So you go Facebook tickets on the Bookery. So it's free, but I think you have to register ahead. And I already did that today, and I already have it on my phone.
Oh, you've already got it on your
A
phone.
little ticket on my phone.
You're ready to go.
I've never done that before.
He's got one of those Obama phones.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He loves it.
Oh, well, that's
And
good.
oh yeah, another fun.
That's a trap phone over there.
Fun fact I saw online today. If you're a wrestling fan, the Bella girls are both pregnant.
The Bella twins.
They're both pregnant?
Yep.
Who's the baby daddy?
I don't know. I didn't get all the information, but they were very excited because they're both going to get the babies almost on the same day.
Well, Brie Bella is married to Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, but
you're right.
Yeah,
the other one broke up with her fiance with John Cena.
Yeah,
there must be another baby daddy somewhere.
Now
That's what I'm saying.
Now she's with a guy. It was her partner on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh yeah, Daniel Bryan. I think they already had a kid together.
Right. So this will be Brie Bella's second kid. Yeah.
So I think they're both out of the wrestling world anyway. So
yeah, they're both retired now.
So that's very exciting news if you're a wrestling fan.
Yes.
And then my friend Jill's going to be at the Bookery as Colors of Manchester. Is a signing of coloring extravaganza on the 23rd.
Coloring?
It's a free event. You can sign up ahead of time or you can just show up. I don't think it's a big deal, that event. Because she's not running for president.
You don't think the event's a big deal? How dare you?
No. But it's not like the president's coming. President in training is coming to town. So.
President in training.
Well, that event is 11:30 to 12:30. And then if you're interested in the Fisher Cats, I know a lot of Cats fans out there. Season 16 is on the horizon. And all the promos will be released on their Facebook page February 4th, next Tuesday.
Will they really, though?
Yep. And
Okay.
then February 17th on a Monday, you get individual tickets down at the stadium.
You get what tickets?
Sale. Individual tickets.
Oh, I thought you said Idgeville.
Individual tickets. You can get your season passes anytime, I suspect.
Isn't there a Dr. Seuss book like The Idges in Idgeville or something?
And as I say, it's Roasters Fun.
Roasters Fun?
Yeah, for Valentine's Day, probably like roses for fun.
Oh, roses for fun.
And as you all know, Texas Mike is going to be the condiment king again over there.
Texas Mike, the condiment king.
Yeah,
condiment?
Yes, he's
condiment.
big into the condiments. Like he makes sure that, you keep the ketchup and the mustard separated because you can't have commingling of condiments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's unseemly.
I'm going to be going to another event. Probably only a few people left to sign up for it, but if you're interested, you can go to the library.
Uh-huh.
It's a chocolate event. The guy's running it. It has his chocolate store next to the Cafe Laurent.
Uh-huh.
Real interesting fella. I believe his birthday is on Valentine's Day.
Will Texas Mike be there to make sure no one's putting condiments on the chocolate?
Maybe. And this event's
so.
6:30 to 8, but you got to go to the library to sign up, and it's 20 people only, and I'm on the list.
Wow, I hope I get a Valentine's this year.
But you don't like Valentine's Day.
I know, but still, I should still get a rose or something for Valentine's.
The cardboard Peter Whitehead there in the corner is looking at you quite amorously, I noticed.
And there's some live music at the Bookery today. If you're looking for some classic music, a guy named William will be playing, and his last name I can't say, so I'll spell it. It's O-G.
Is there a swear in it? Is that why you can't say it?
M-U-N-D-S-O-N. So he's playing at 6:30, and that's a free event at the Bookery.
How do you spell his last name? I bet I can figure out how to say it.
O-G-M-U-N-D-S-O-N.
O-G-M-U-N-D-O. I'm stumped. I can't figure it out either.
Oh, my.
It's like...
I'm like, oh, my.
Yeah, it's like one of those names.
And this will be promoted later on, but I can promote it right now.
You can promote it right now.
Let's get it popping.
Or John Clayton comes to town at the Weekly Die-On.
Yes.
They're having 4 rounds of the trolley tour and a scavenger hunt, but you have to go online. So once again, you purchase tickets at eventbrite.com. Just search keywords MHT or trolley tour. And John Clayton will be doing all these fun events on the trolley this Saturday, July. February 1st.
Where's this trolley I keep hearing about?
It's like
Is it in the land of make believe?
No, they've used it before.
Will they be serving rice-a-roni on the trolley?
I don't know. They keep saying it's a new one, so maybe they purchased a new one.
It is the San Francisco treat.
This Saturday on February 1st at 10 a.m., you started the Bookery and you ended the Bookery. And then if that's not good for you, Sunday, the Super Bowl Sunday at 2 o'clock, it'd be like your pregame at the Bookery. And then after the event's over, drops you off at the Bookery. It's an hour and a half. And then Tuesday, so that's a better day for you, February 4th. It's 6 o'clock, same thing at the book room.
Tuesdays are better. Thank you. Yes. Eric.
And that's not good for you. Thursday, it's February 6th.
Thursdays are better. Yes. Oh, we have a call.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Let's get it.
Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
This is Victor, Don Victor, the Don Vic Show. Just want to say hi to Jackie.
What's poppin', kid?
Hey, girl, how you doing, man? I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Would you?
You know.
Would you also like to ask Easy G what's poppin'?
What's poppin', guys?
Hey, what's poppin'?
Yeah.
Wow. Happy New Year.
Oh, there you
Happy
go.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Same to you. Happy New Year, guys.
One more
so
day I
what's
can
going
say
on?
that.
Not tell them what we're doing tomorrow night, Victor. You need to represent for tomorrow night, the red carpet and everything.
Oh.
I wish I had a date for red carpet tomorrow.
We got the movie. We got the movie premiere tomorrow, 7 p.m. Don Hazel the Gangster. I'm also in the film with Jackie. I'm one of the main actors.
Shout out to Taina.
And we working on future projects. And Jackie's going to be in one of my movies that I'm going to be working with. I'm going to be shooting in the spring. And
it's gonna be fire.
So she's gonna be working on my film. It's called Kidnap, and I have a special part for her in my movie.
Yes, sir.
Very nice.
And like I was just telling you about how I have experience about being kidnapped, so that's gonna fit perfectly to the movie.
Oh my God.
Let's get it poppin'.
You've been kidnapped?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Oh, by gunpoint and kidnap? Wow, we're learning a lot about you.
Look on Memorial Weekend, East Cambridge Savings Bank.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's been through a lot.
I've been through hell and back.
Jeez,
Wow.
I guess so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's probably too much information. But
Yeah.
It's okay because it's a warning.
Yeah. Wow.
Warning shots.
Wow.
Shot?
Yeah.
It's like a warning
Yeah.
shot.
So I heard you guys talking about Kobe Bryant. I know it's a tragedy.
Right.
It's a sad thing.
Yeah.
Great basketball player.
Yep.
And it's sad that he had to leave us.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
but he's in a better place.
when's your show? Tell them when your show is.
Oh, my show is on every Sunday. It's the Don Vic Show live, and we talk about everything, from domestic to violence, politics, everything. Everything goes.
That's cool.
And that's every Sunday after noontime.
Where is that? How do we find that?
It's live on my page, Victor Santiago, on my Facebook page.
Okay.
I go live on there, and we talk about different things, different subjects. So, it's interesting. I'm gonna have some guy this weekend. I'm not.
I was
sure
on
if
there
he's gonna
last
come
week. We had it
through yet,
going,
but it's gonna be
tech.
it's gonna be a good interview.
Oh, very good. Very good. All right. We'll have to look for that. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Well, thank you for calling in, Victor.
Yes. Thank you, Victor.
Okay.
Stay blessed.
Thank you
See you tomorrow night.
for picking up.
All right. You got it. All right, Victor. Take care.
All right. Thanks.
Matt.
All right.
Bye-bye. Yes.
You see my sneakers? I just want to see. You see these sneakers?
Yeah.
They're custom. Mika, my boy, he gets them imported. They're his sneaker line, and they're from Italy.
Yeah.
And they are so good. So good.
Wow.
Most comfortable shoe. Hi, nice to meet you. What's
God.
going on, everybody?
These are some luminaries in the entertainment industry.
Oh,
that
yeah.
you,
Oh my God.
You definitely want to meet. But
Definitely.
I met the other one.
But I
before.
think one of them might have something to say to a Mr. Easy G over here.
How you doing, Eric?
Hey, long time no see there, buddy.
Hi, Easy G. What gives? Cynthia?
I'm bad with names, as Peter White always says.
Well,
I learned that from the king. I learned that from my father.
Well, you called him on the air. You called him Cynthia Wilcox.
I was overtired.
I don't believe that.
Please forgive me.
Unforgiven.
Oh, it's getting cracking on my
no.
show.
We were getting along so well on Monday.
Yeah, we were until you went on Mr. Connarton's show and called me Cynthia.
Yeah.
I'm bad with names, though.
I don't believe you.
Oh, all right.
I believe he's being disingenuous.
Yes.
To me.
Yes. Well,
Wow.
you know, he.
Oh, life goes on.
Life goes on.
Or
that's
does it? Or does it?
That's not much of an apology.
does it?
No,
I
life
said
goes on.
I said I'm bad with names, though.
Oh.
I mean, it's bad enough that I got to hear people say your name's Stacy.
Right. Well, that is your name.
And now
though.
it is.
Yes.
Stacey.
Right.
Oh boy.
The E.
But I thought we were making some headway here, and then as soon as I'm gone, here he comes with the crapola talk.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
As Stacy's got some karate moves, you know, you don't want to mess with Stacy.
I believe
Wilcox.
Eric has seen them.
Yes, I believe
I
Eric
don't know.
has.
Maybe.
Yes,
Maybe I see it in my
yes.
sleep. Maybe.
In your sleep. You
Maybe.
liked it on Facebook. You do that in your sleep as well, easy.
I did. Maybe I did.
Are you dreaming about Stacy Wilcox in your sleep? Oh, this is now Stacy.
What does that mean?
Stacy, would you like to introduce your friend that you brought?
Oh, this little piece of work over here.
Yes.
That's the world famous Angie TV right here, and the kimono and the hair all the way down to her ankles.
Wow.
Angie TV from Portsmouth. She's new with headphones, so give her a second here.
Sure.
They go on your head, baby. On your head, kid.
That is a.
She'll be all right. She'll be all right. You know how these blondes are.
Yes.
No, it's a joke.
Well, you know. Well, you know, G-Girl earlier dropped her phone behind the couch. That was
Almost ate her phone. Yeah.
That was a whole big debacle. So.
Yeah, we had the couch upside down.
Yes.
Look for G-Girl's phone.
Yes, there's a lot that can go wrong.
Now, I heard this young lady's got lingerie.
Yeah, I got some
coming out.
lingerie coming out this summer. It's called Gigi's Wetwear, and it's glow in the dark. So
what is it now?
A little glow in the dark. It might be, you know, the top, bottom, a whole thing. Something is going to glow in the dark. So the ladies that shut the lights off, they're going to be glowing. The men are going to enjoy this lingerie
Now,
wear. They're going to get it on with this.
Do you like the lights on or do you lights off?
I like both. It depends.
Well, obviously she likes the lights off if she has glow in the dark lingerie.
No, I like both. If I want to look in the man's eye and make love to him.
Let's not go any further with that, but because you know, Easy G is here and he's very impressionable.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
He's impressionable, all right.
Yes.
What do you got on your shirt there, Easy?
That's Mary's,
Looks like the Hulk's.
Mary's Pete's button, and I got this at the first primary there at the Manchester Museum there.
Oh.
I was talking about the green thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's Hawaii #1 fan because I'm gonna go meet Tulsi Gabbard tomorrow at the Bookery.
Tulsi Gabbard, yeah.
Hey, I'm a big fan. I like some Tulsi every now and then.
Well, if you want to see her, you got to register on the Bookery Facebook page.
Oh, I got her on my speed dial. Don't worry.
Oh, all right. I should have known.
Now, Easy G was doing an entertainment report earlier, but my understanding is
I bet he was.
On Monday, you and he shared the duties on the morning show. Is that
Yeah,
what,
we got
how
along
that
very
worked?
well too.
You got along very well.
Nobody got hurt.
No one got hurt.
Oh,
That's
nobody got hurt. That's right.
Yes.
Nobody got hurt. Nobody went by the stairs either, Eric.
good. Right. Yeah. You're taking the elevator now when Eric's around.
Absolutely.
Correct?
I got PTSD because of this guy.
Yes. Well, he did threaten you.
Ange, what are you getting Ben's number over here? What's going on?
Oh,
he's a married man.
For
He's
two
a
seconds.
he's a
I've been
married
in
man.
for
He's got a
2
kid on the
seconds,
way.
And there she is, getting numbers. You got Easy's number. You're getting Ben's number.
Yeah.
She didn't get my number.
I didn't get yours either, babe.
Oh, boy. Oh, my
We're
God.
gonna get it poppin'.
Oh, my goodness. You're going to get it popping.
Oh my goodness.
Stacey O'Cox gets it popping every time.
I understand. Yes.
I think you've lost control of the show, Matt.
Well,
Yeah, no. He didn't lose control of the show. Wait, let me squeeze over here with her.
oh.
As soon as you lose it.
There.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Stacey Wilcox.
Sorry, I just got off a flight from
Join
Florida.
the property.
It's
So,
okay.
a wrecking ball over here. Wow. All right.
Oh my God.
Matt, your show is lively tonight. It's popping.
It usually is. It's popping. That's what I think that's what the young people say now, right? Hello to Gonzo, who joins us in the Facebook live chat.
Boy.
What's going on?
And,
How you doing?
and
How
our-
you doing?
And our friend Scrimmy the Dirtbag also joins us in the Facebook
Scrim,
live
how
chat.
you doing, babe?
Yes. What's going on there? What's Angie TV?
She shot out of a cannon, this one.
Right. I guess so. Oh, I don't know if I know.
The long hair, the kimono, you know? The glasses I punched Elton John for and gave them to her.
Oh.
It might be that. She was looking for a...
She's looking for your number, too.
No, not
Inch.
quite. Not
She'll
quite.
park your rear end, huh?
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Oh, my God.
Hey.
She can come right here.
Hey, look at that. A little mixing.
bite.
A little mixing.
Well, now, Stacy and G-Girl, the two of you have something in common, I believe. You're both have a lot of experience in artist management.
This is true. Yeah, for me, it's true. Is this for you, too?
Yep.
What are you managing?
I was managing a couple of different artists. Are you familiar with Massive Hustle Records?
Massive Hustle what?
Records?
I am not. Is this hip-hop?
It's a record label. I was managing artists through them. And then I had, I was with Street Legal Records. I helped them open up their record label.
There you go.
So I host music shows, promote.
What got you into the line of work with negligees and whatnot?
Yeah, you do a lot.
That was just recently, within the last 2 years, I started getting into lingerie.
Do you do menswear?
No, I haven't thought of it. Well, maybe though. But that would be hot though, having you know what I'm saying with
him
the
in
guys.
Lingerie is like. Whew.
You could get it popping.
I can't even.
You can get it popping.
It's so hot.
You need a lot of material though. Just in the front for me.
I feel.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything you could do for Easy G? Like, what would you envision him wearing?
A robe.
A freaking snowsuit.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
A robe. I think a nice glow in the dark robe for him. That would be hot.
Oh, would you wear that, Easy G? A nice glow in the dark robe.
Anything's possible. It's a new year, so who knows?
Yes. Wow, that
would be super hot.
Hello to Amy Hazard King, who joins us in the Facebook live chat. Wow.
Oh my God.
Very nice.
So we got it. We got a full house today.
Don't touch it like that, Ange.
Oh.
Come on. You're going to hurt it.
Oh, my gosh. She's always telling me how to touch it.
I haven't heard Angie TV say much.
Yeah, because,
Because she's grabbing the microphone
obviously,
like such.
I don't touch the mic properly, so it's
well,
like...
Yeah, you know,
I can hear you, baby. Go ahead. You may speak. Ange.
Oh, very nice.
I want everyone to know that I am here to support Cats with Pancreatic Cancer. It's Cats with Pancreatic Cancer Week, and I just think it's a really good cause for everybody.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I think the truth behind the T-shirt is she wanted to wear a T-shirt that shows a cat's balloon knot. That's
Can
all
I see
know.
it? Can I see it on my show here?
See?
Oh.
What part of the United States are you from, Miss?
I'm from Lawrence.
Lawrence. Beautiful.
Lawrence.
Beautiful.
New Hampshire?
Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Oh.
It's a lot like New Jersey, right, Stacy?
Yeah.
Kind of similar?
Hey, I don't know, Matt.
No.
I don't know. Lawrence, Massachusetts is kind of like its own entity.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's,
I went to Catholic school in Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Oh.
And what a good job they did with you, babe.
They did.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It was super hot.
Wow.
That's why
dope.
she's into the ruler. Getting smacked with the ruler.
Right.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Easy G, why do you look so uncomfortable right now?
And why are you holding your face? Is there something wrong with your face? What?
I don't know. I have nothing to say.
I'm sorry?
I did say that.
We know you did.
I don't know what to say, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
That's unusual for you. You usually have a lot to say.
He seems to clam up whenever I come in the room.
I've
around
noticed
him.
that. I've noticed that. Yeah.
Because you're machismo.
You're such a presence. It's like I clam up too.
Ooh.
Wow. Well.
Oh,
That's
boy.
a boss over there. That's how you know that's a boss if she says that. You clean
See
him up.
that?
Right.
You see that, Eric?
You see that?
Yeah.
You see
I need
that?
someone like that.
Oh, wow.
I accept.
Like, look at him. It's like, oh my God.
I want to know about this kidnapping, G-Girl. You said you were kidnapped once.
Yes, sir.
I'm very curious about that.
Me too.
Who kidnapped you?
I can't disclose the name, but I mean, it was on the news.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
They made the town after me. After I got robbed at the bank, they made the town after me.
They made the movie The Town?
Oh.
Yeah. You know that the manager and stuff like that?
In the movie The Town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly what happened in that movie exactly happened to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You joking me?
No, real talk.
Oh, that's fascinating. I had no idea.
Memorial Weekend.
I haven't
2007.
No kidding. I'll be damned.
I was kidnapped a few times.
Really? A few times?
This is not one
Did
of
you
those
like
times.
it?
Okay.
Did you like it?
Only when this guy kidnapped me.
Mm-hmm.
Easy G, is that why you have
Stacy
the
Wilcox.
is that why you have the restraining order? Did you kidnap your
I give you a shout
I did not.
All right, just making
But
sure.
thanks for bringing that up, by the way. Usually only Peter White brings that up.
Right, no, I bring it up sometimes too, you know.
Yeah, well, you might not bring any more. I might not bring any more cookies if you continue.
Oh, well, in that case, I won't bring it up again.
Are they edibles?
I was just going to ask a similar question.
'cause
Are they
if they're
good
edibles-
cookies?
No, there's fresh from the bookery.
They're from the Bookery on Elm Street.
Yeah, one for Matt and one for Jenny.
Jenny is suggesting that you guys go to the Hop Knot afterward, just so they I don't know, so you can
I don't dance much.
To eat pretzels?
Not really a dance joint; it's a pretzel joint.
They're a sponsor.
Where? Oh, I
it's right
apologize.
across the
That's way
street.
too many carbs.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
You may eat a pretzel after if you would like.
Jenny and I were
You can
there
make it
last
into a
night
pretzel
for
after if you'd like.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, I
Ooh.
like this. This is the type of show
You
I
guys
like.
want to have a pretzel party after? We'll get
Pretzel
the
party,
We'll get the
huh?
dragon to take pictures for us.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, yes.
This is the type of show I
can
like to
eat.
be a
So Waltius Reed joins us in the Facebook live chat. He says hi all.
What's up?
Eric, was there anything on your entertainment report that we didn't get to? Or
Oh, I'm gonna save some for later.
Oh, are you going to be doing that again on the morning show this week?
Not till Tuesday because Monday I got a doctor's appointment.
Okay.
Other
And
doctors.
will you be sharing the duties with Stacy Wilcox? when you do the
I don't know. He
entertainment
recently is a Monday guy now. So.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna see you next Tuesday type of guy. I don't know.
You're a
Oh.
I
Monday
don't know.
guy. I
You'll
didn't
check
know
with the boss,
that.
Peter White, I guess.
Wow. Yes.
Flirt with the boss.
Right. Right.
Or I like to
Boss,
call him Goldenrod Peter.
Goldenrod Peter. Yes. He prefers.
Goldenrod Peter.
You didn't.
Wow, that's quite
That was his summer name.
That right. Yes.
That was last summer. That was so long ago.
Waltius is asking, hey, just turned in. Can you intro these folks? Well, of course, everyone knows Easy G. And
Hi, Easy G.
on the couch, for those of you watching online, we have from left to right, we have G Girl.
What's poppin', everybody?
And this is Angie TV.
Hello, everybody.
And Stacy Wilcox.
Hello.
Everyone knows Stacy Wilcox.
Uh-huh.
He's got the karate moves.
Karate and SIGs 1 through 7.
I taught
Right.
him all those moves.
And I can't
Oh.
believe how quick you pulled up on this guy after he just talked that on the radio, and then you just pulled up like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Pays
Matt.
to live in the building.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he lives right in the building.
Oh.
Well, you own the building now, don't you?
I do. I
Yes,
do with two
yeah.
other gentlemen.
Oh, well,
right.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was visiting with one of them the other day, Mario Lopez,
Oh,
down
wow.
in Florida. I did not get to see.
Slater, so hot.
Yes.
That is true. That is true.
Right.
I did not get to see Don Tibbetts, which was unfortunate, but we'll settle for seeing Mario.
Okay. That's yeah.
Interesting.
Good enough. Good Mario's good enough.
Does anybody know what AC Slater AC stood for?
I do not.
I have no idea.
Nah, me neither. I was
Oh.
just asking.
I thought you had the answer.
No, I did. I looked it up the other day. It's like Albert something.
Oh.
Wasn't important enough for me to remember, but apparently important enough to bring it up.
Right, right. Well, very nice. Well, before we run out of time, so G Girl, you've got a big event tomorrow night. You should plug that again.
Yeah, I'm going to plug it in real quick. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., K-Oasis come out. The movie that I'm in, The Gangster, will be premiering. You guys been waiting over 9 months for this movie to come out. It's finally coming out tomorrow, January 31st at 7 p.m. at K-Oasis. Come out. It's going to be red carpet. Sonny Thompson did his thing in this movie. They're going to have live performances, BMG Boys, hosted by Sarita, First Lady. Also, shout out to Rika Films. She's the one that put the movie, filmed it. She did her thing. shout out to everyone, the whole cast. They did their thing. It's gonna be very, very big tomorrow night. So I need everyone, all of New England, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, come out tomorrow. K Oasis, Blue Hill Ave, Boston. It's gonna be popping. $5 to get in. The movie will be premiering 2 times tomorrow night. And I don't even know how the movie is going to turn out. Oh. So everybody needs to come out. None of the cast members, know what happens.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So, like, you film for this side, you film for this side, but you never know what's going to happen. So it's like, I'm dying to see what happens.
Oh, very
it's like
nice.
a choose your own adventure.
Oh.
You can see the trailer on my Facebook at Jackie Brown, JACCIE Brown. If you want me to host your next music event, get at me, message me. If you want me to host your mixtape, get at me. And shout out to everyone doing their thing in Massive Hustle Records.
Very nice, very nice. Easy G, you have anything to plug?
Nothing right now. I already plugged it.
Then an apology would be fine.
Yes.
An official
I
apology.
I said I was sorry. Want me to write it down on a piece of paper?
Oh, my goodness.
He's getting a little snarky over
my
there.
goodness. I kind of like that, though.
Oh, you like
you know,
that?
I do.
You respect it?
I respect it more than, him playing nice and then leaving and then talking a boatload of crap when I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
But
I figured you like a little trash talking.
I do. I like it to my face, Eric, to my face. To this beautiful face.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And
only a face only a mother could love.
Oh.
You know, I don't know if this is too soon, but are we talking about your mother?
Oh.
Let's get lit in here.
I was talking about your mother.
Oh. Talking about your mother.
Ain't nobody talk about Mrs. Wilcox like this.
Mrs.
All right, I'm
Wilcox is
sorry.
a lovely lady.
Thank you, babe.
Mothers get involved in this conversation.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Well, the apple don't fall far from the tree. You got Easy G and then, of course, Mrs. Sleazy G.
Oh.
Who's the sleazy G?
His mother.
Oh.
That's not very
It's
nice.
okay, though. Everybody's different.
My mother could potentially still be in the hospital, so that's really low.
Hey, whoa. That's why I asked too soon. No, God bless your mother. She's a nice lady. I don't know where she went wrong with you, though. She's a beautiful woman.
Is your mother really in the hospital?
Yes, she could be still in the hospital, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
As am I, seriously.
Very ill lady, unfortunately.
Jeez, Eric. Now you're making me feel like garbage.
Can we go visit her?
She might not be there right now. She's probably at home resting. So.
Well, then she's not in the hospital.
But she was in the hospital as of yesterday around this time. So.
Well, Stacy and Angie TV, do you have anything you'd like to plug before we go?
Ange, you may speak.
Oh, very nice.
I'd like to plug Stacy's,
Holy smokes.
All right.
Oh, my God.
I love this show, Matt. Matt, you need to have me back on the IPM Nation.
Well, some of this is more for my other show,
Yeah,
Matt,
right.
my other show, Matt Connarton Unsheathed.
You
which
can't
is,
talk about it.
Which is not carried here on WMNH. But,
Thank God it's not.
yes. Well, all right.
They get it lit in here.
So we got to go because coming up live at 6 p.m., the weekly
Good night,
Dion.
everybody.
These fine gentlemen are in the room, Ben Dion and Daryl Dion. So they're going to be live at 6 p.m. So stick around for that. And so thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Matt.
Yes,
thank you, Matt.
been a fun show.
I made it to the end.
Thank you, Manchester.
Yes, you did make it to the end, Easy G. That is true. And we're going to wrap up with one more Holly Brewer song because she's going to be joining us live here in the studio on Monday. And that's it for me for now. And stick around. The weekly Dion coming up next live here from WMNH 95.3. I'll talk at y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.
Skin wraps around your skin.